Beautiful people, what's happening? It's your boy EM3. This is your rewired mindset on the EM3 experience. Hey, check out it's Friday night. It is November 14th, and I wanted to come to you guys tonight. I wasn't able to get to y'all on Wednesday for the midday check-in, and I've been doing some traveling, and I didn't have an opportunity to sit down with you and go through some content. I had the content ready, but my schedule just didn't really flow as I anticipated it was going to flow. But hey, such is life. So while I'm in my travels, I said, well, I'll tell you what, let's. I've already got the Wednesday content, right? Then just drafted up. I got all my notes sitting right here in front of me. And what I did was I said, I'm coming on tomorrow, right? For Saturday. I'll probably be in commute when I do that, but I'm still come on. I've got that Saturday content prepared as well. So I figured, you know what? I think the best thing for me to do is let me just come on Friday night. I've got some new content for tonight, right? But I want to share with you uh, the content from Wednesday, even though hey, we're not in the midweek, but the conversation is really good, and I don't want y'all to miss it, right? So you're gonna get a two-in-one tonight, if you don't mind. You're gonna get two forms of content. I'm gonna merge them together, uh, and Wednesday, I really wanted to focus on kind of, focusing on momentum and about, mindset and keeping your momentum flowing with your mind. And tonight, I still want to continue to do that because you got to take the momentum with you into the weekend, right? So the momentum is still going to be important. But I think the other piece is tonight, I also want to kind of talk to you guys about not slowing down, right? In my notes here, uh, I've got I've got some stuff here that I really want to go into with you about emotional discipline as well. So we're going to do both of these topics as we kind of transition into our weekend. All right. And then we'll wrap things up tomorrow. So I'm going to give you, as subscribers, you'll get this bonus content for the subscribers on Facebook. Um, and for those of you that are not subscribers, um, yeah, you're just going to miss out on this content. No, I'm just messing. But you need to subscribe and get this. So since I did miss out on Wednesday for the subscriber content, I'll give out this freebie for those that are non-subscribers and upload this to my YouTube channel and allow folks to have the best of both worlds for this weekend. Okay. But when we get to tomorrow, that is just for the subscription. So go to my Facebook page, click subscribe, and you'll be able to get the Saturday content as well as today. So going through my notes here, um, let me see which side I want to kind of, I think I'm gonna start with what was Wednesday content, and I want you to still have this information and carry this over into your weekend. Okay, because I think this is still important. But what I wanted to talk to you about is peace pressure, right? Having the peace of mind when you're under a lot of pressure as well. And I think one of the big things when you um, have peace, right? There's a positive, but when you get to a state of peace, it's like the eye of a storm, right? When things are squeezing, you're under so much pressure, when it's things that's heavy and it's on your shoulders, and you've got so much weight to carry, you got to find peace in that, right? Peace in the midst of the storm. You probably have heard that statement before. And I think that that's really critical for us, that we have to understand, like, you know, when you're trying to move forward, you can't have progress without some pressure. I think it was former Buckeye quarterback C.J. Stroud that said pressure is a privilege, right? Oh, I love that. Pressure is a part of life. Pressure is a sign that you're living. So pressure is a privilege. And I love that statement. But we also got to recognize that even in pressure, there's peace, right? How in the world can when you expect pressure, you kind of calm down and relax. I expect these moments to occur. The other thing that brings you peace when pressure starts to mount? Preparedness. When you're preparing for things, when you're preparing for battle, when you're preparing for life, when you're preparing for your journey, you anticipate that there's going to be some pressure, right? And so I think that that's very important that we recognize that as well. So,
Like I was saying, I think one of the key things, so for us is to recognize that, peace and pressure go hand in hand. But the other aspect of that too is anticipating and being prepared, right? And that kind of helps you stay cool and calm under pressure, right? Because it's like, hey, I've been here before. I know what this is. How many times in your life already have you had some pressures that you've had to navigate through? Um, and 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 you knew what to expect. So don't lose your cool. Okay. Don't lose your cool under pressure. Stay peaceful. Relax. Stay calm. I've been this way before. I've been through some stuff before. Might not be that exact same thing, but I've been through some stuff before. I'm good. I'll make it through this. I'll be all right. And it just kind of calms you down and helps you be at peace of mind, knowing everything's going to be all right. The other aspect of that is trusting in God, right? When you have this spiritual confidence and you have this faith, then everything's going to be all right, right? From that point, it's like, hey, I I I I got this. God's got me, and I'm good, right? There's a reference point in the Bible that says, and he will keep you in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on him. So when we keep our mind on our spiritual father, on our creator, now we know we have peace because our creator is not going to put more on us than what we can bear. So I know for a fact I'm going to be fine to make it through my situations. Okay. Now, I want you to stay true to the path. Stay true to your path. Even if it's a path that you have to create, you have to stay true to that, right? Because as things move and ebb and flows and stuff like that, it's like, stay true to the path. That's the mission at hand, is staying on the path. If you're blazing a path, then that's the mission. You got to stay true to blazing, right? Cutting a way through and recognize, like, hey, I got to go through this journey because there's some people coming behind me that can't handle the path that I'm creating, right? So I need to create it so that it's easier for them, so it's simpler for them, and move those challenges out the way. When you're staying true to your path, that piece for you is not just a learning moment, right? You learn your resilience, but at the same time, it's a giving moment too, right? When you're staying true to your path and you're keeping that mission moving forward, there's a journey, there's someone along that journey that needs you to take that journey. There's someone along that journey that needs you to come in encounter them So when you stay true to the path, you end up coming across and aligning with the people that needed you during that time period. And it may be some people, when you stay true to your path, that you need them. And the only way you're going to encounter them is by staying true to the path. You're going to meet some people along your journey that's going to help you along your way, that's going to teach you certain things, that's going to pour into you, that's going to add value to your life. And you need them. There's other people that are going to need you. They might be stuck and can't move forward from a certain point. And you have the tools and resources necessary to continue marching forward. And guess what? You're going to catch up to them. And they're going to look at you and say, hey, can you help me so that I can continue on my journey? So you got to stay true to your path, not just for you, but for others. And there's others that you need to meet that's going to pour into you and give you strength as you move forward. Perfect peace. I want you to think about this. He'll keep you in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you. Perfect peace is not this absence of pressure. Okay. So don't think that. Don't think that when peace is perfect, everything's smooth, because that can be anything further from the truth. For you, it's about the internal mastery. How do you master yourself on the inside? How do you remain grounded and keep your foot stable as you move forward and your steps have been ordered? How do you keep your footing? When the pressure tries to move you, do you stand strong in that moment? And that's the other piece that you have to be mindful of and be prepared for as well. This is not just about, oh, I'm just going to get out here and just move on. And I'm just going to keep going and keep going and keep going. Sometimes you got to pause. Sometimes you got to make sure you got your footing. Sometimes you need to recheck your compass. There were plenty of times when I was in the Marine Corps and we're out in the field and on our journeys. We got to pause. We got to look at our map. We got to check our azimuth, and we got to make sure we're still on the right path, right? We're still headed in the right direction. That pause is important. There's time to pause, rest, change your socks, refresh, recharge, get some food, drink some water. Whatever that pause is, that's still an active pause. Even if you're taking a nap for a minute, that nap is an activity. So even in your pauses along your journey, you're still taking some form of action along the way. So let's not think that, hey, I'm just going to be out here and I'm just going to be go, 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 go. There's a time of peace in the pressure. There's a time of learning the internal mastery, learning yourself. You'll learn things about yourself on your journey. Listen, the best way to find out things of what you're capable of doing is to get out there and start doing some stuff. You'll find what your gift is. When you get out there and you start talking to certain people and you start moving a certain way, you will absolutely, your gift will flush out of you. It'll just, you'll start to identify it. The things that'll gravitate towards your life, and you start realizing, like, oh my God, I just started noticing, like, you know, all of these men starting to gravitate towards me, right? And asking me questions. I got couples coming to me asking me questions about how to improve their relationship. I got parents coming out here asking me questions about, good parenting skills. Maybe I got some young professionals that are gravitating me because they see themselves in the future through me and they want to know how to navigate certain things. When you get out there and start doing the work, you'll find your gift. Your gift will magnetize itself to you through other people. And that's when you find out who your audience is. That's when you find out what your purpose is. That's where you'll find out the true mastery of yourself through honing in on those skills as you encounter other people. Okay. So stay true to your path, stay true to the course. Internal mastery is the goal. Okay. How you can become better under pressure. Stay calm, stay relaxed. I've been this way. I'm good. So let's talk about some of these different pressures, right? Let's talk about emotional pressure, as a matter of fact. We're not talking about the big storms, but sometimes there's some silent ones, the ones that people don't see, right? People say, "Oh, how'd you spend 15 years in the Marine Corps?" And I don't, you know, I'm older now, so maybe now that I'm older, I'm a little slower to the move, right? My body's aching and joints, this, that, and the other. Like, oh, wake up, it's a new pain. Like, where'd that come from? But some people look at you and think, man, you're in great shape. You got this eloquence of speech. You seem intelligent, but what they don't see, the scars that might be on the inside, the calluses from all of the mental pressures of life. So it's not always about the big storms. It's those silent ones that chip away at you over time. Those big ones that might not be seen in the public eye. Can't see it up under a microscope. They're hidden deep on the inside of you. How do you master yourself with those hidden things that are eating at you on the inside that nobody else sees? Those battles that you fight that nobody knows you're fighting. They just see the outside. They see the fruits of your labor, right? We talked about that last week about the production of the fruits. So sometimes people see the fruits of your labor. They see the house, the car, the job, the financial literacy. They hear you talk, they see you walk, they see you do all of these things. They see you dress real nice, you're all made up, your hair's all done. All of that is fruit. That's all fruit. They don't see what's going on in the root system, right? That's on the inside. And so a lot of times people can get a misunderstanding of you and think that life is just easy for you. Things just simply happen for you. And that's far from the truth because they don't know the inner battles that you have. They don't know the demons that you're fighting. They don't know your struggles. They don't know the times you've had to pick your face up off the floor. You know those battles. You know those battles exist inside of you. So, in the scope of knowing that those things are there, what are you doing about them? Right? How are you dealing with that type of pressure? The pressure that no one sees, the fight that no one knows is going on, the battle inside of you, the war that's happening in your mind. You might be battling your own thoughts. What is that? Cognitive dissonance is the term. And maybe you've got that going on where there's infighting. You know, in the Bible, Paul mentions that there's a war going on between his mind and his members, his body, right? And the things that he wants to do, he's not doing them. And the things he don't want to do, the things that he doesn't want to do, he finds himself doing those things. So there's a fight. There's a fight to do what's right rather than do what's wrong. And nobody knows that fight except for you and your creator. Your emotions are not your enemy. You have to recognize that there's going to be a shift. There's going to be this spiritual shift. There's an emotional shift. There's a cognitive shift inside of you. And these things are not enemies. There's just a pivot point that you just have to go through. Your emotions are trying to inform you of something. You just have to have what I call emotional acuity. Acuity means sensitivity. You have to have this emotional acuity and listen to your emotions. What are they trying to tell you is happening? They are reacting to something. And typically, it's has to do with alignment or violation or misalignment with your beliefs and values. That is what triggers your emotions. Things that align make you feel good. Things that misalign make you feel some kind of way. Emotional mastery is not about avoiding, right? It's not this avoidance behavior. You actually lean into what your emotions are. That's having an authentic voice. Allowing your emotions to have an authentic voice gives you an opportunity that when you come up under pressure, nobody can take that away from you because you've dealt with this and you're taking ownership to it. When you take ownership to the pressures of your life and you get into this emotional state, you're unstoppable. You own it. Oh, look at him. He's losing his cool. I'm good. I'm human, right? I feel. Maybe you got to walk into the courtyard, flip a few tables to get folks' attention that you're serious. Sometimes maybe you got to turn the other cheek. I say this when you got to turn the other cheek, keep in mind you only got two, unless you count the other two on your backside. Even still, there's a limited number of cheeks. So how many times you gonna keep turning? When you understand that feelings are indicators of something, that doesn't mean that they're dictators. They're indicators. You don't want your emotions to dictate to you what your behavior is going to be, but you need them to indicate to you that something's happening. Your pressure reveals your internal settings. Where's the temperature? That pressure lets you know I can, I'm strong enough, right? I'm strong enough to handle this. That's what that pressure is doing. Imagine a weightlifter laying on the bench. Put some more plates on there, right? And you start to push. I can handle this weight. That's pressure. How many reps of that pressure can you handle? And you put it down. Just when you think you've maxed out, now all of a sudden you put more plates on. But you just got done lifting that one as much as you could. Now you got some heavier weight on there and you're able to still push it. How is that possible? Because there's something on the inside of you that it's this internal strength. But at the same time, you're developing yourself. You're also learning yourself, right? You're developing strength through the pressure, but you're also learning your limitations under that pressure. You're learning what you're capable of handling, and you're developing yourself to be able to handle more. And you stay at peace. Isn't that crazy? Ah, that's wild. Peace. Let's talk about peace, right? We talked about the pressure side of things. We talked about the emotional impacts of things. Uh, we talked about the emotional pressures, the storms. Think about this. Let's talk about the peace side. Peace reveals spiritual alignment. Isn't that beautiful? Peace reveals spiritual alignment. How's it doing that? If we think about think about what you've been through today, all the challenges that you face just today alone, not this whole week, just today. Think about the things that you face today. Was there something that happened to you today where you had to keep your mouth closed? Hmm. Was there something that happened to you today where you said, bite my tongue on this one. I'm not commenting. Don't don't say it. How many times this week have you gone through a script in your mind, but the words never came out of your mouth? That's control. Why? You're making peace. You're choosing peace over the words that you really want to have come out of your mouth. You're choosing peace. Sometimes you may even have to just verbalize it. You know what? I'm not going to respond to that right now. I'm going to choose peace. Think about that. Think about that. That's a beautiful thing. Sometimes you have to pause before you react. Did you get an email or a phone call or a text message? And you just said, let me sit on this for a minute. If I respond right now, might be too soon. Am I in the right emotional state before I hit send? These are things that we have to take a deep breath. Say, all right, yeah, let me hold off. Let me pause on this, right? That's all mindset. That is mind control. That is controlling your emotional state because the pressure is going to be there for you to respond, for you to react. And you got to remember the situation. I say this all the time: situation plus your reaction equals the outcome. S plus R equals O. The situation plus your reaction equals the outcome. Keep your mind focused on your truth. Choose alignment over reaction. Alignment to what? To the desired outcome. What is the desired outcome that you have for the situation that you're going through? And when you have a desired outcome, the pressures of life can't make you change course. You got a direction that you're trying to go. You have a goal that you're trying to achieve. You can't allow the pressures of life to derail you. So return your mind back to the truth. Don't allow emotions to write a false reality. That's that mental script I was talking about. How many times have you been in a situation? I do it a lot. I'm guilty. You be in a situation or some pressure, let's say at work, right? Or in a relationship. Um, and you role play it in your head. If they say this, I'm gonna say that. And they better not say this. Because if they say this, I'm definitely saying that. And you role play that. Don't allow your emotions to write a script of a reality that doesn't exist. You like that? I like that. Don't allow your emotions to write a script for you on a reality that doesn't exist. So I want to give you this challenge. I want you to learn to pause before you react. Pause under pressure before you react under pressure. Promise yourself to take a deep breath, right? As you're on this journey of wanting to, you want to keep momentum flowing in the right direction. And sometimes these pressures come and they can derail your momentum. So don't allow your emotions to get the best of you and derail the momentum that you've built to do great work. And I'm going to say this is none of my notes, but this just crossed my mind. This is for me, but I hope it's for somebody else out there. Also, don't allow procrastination under pressure to derail you from your desired outcomes. Ooh, that's for me, but I hope it's for somebody out there too. Procrastination under pressure will make you pause and lose momentum. And you'll find yourself taking years when you could have been done a couple of years ago. That's for me personally. Hmm. Ask yourself, is this my truth or my trigger? Ooh, is this my truth or is this something triggering me? Right? The trick now, the truth and the trigger can both be reality, but just because it's a reality doesn't mean it's your truth. Just because there's a weight sitting in front of you and you can pick it up, you're strong enough to pick it up doesn't mean you're strong enough to carry it. So just because it's truth doesn't mean it's a trigger. One breath can save you from battles that you don't have to fight. I'm good. I'm not taking that on. That's all you got to say to yourself. Do me a favor, do an inhale real quick. Oh, exhale. Just that simple. That one thing just takes 2 seconds to take in a deep inhale, a deep exhale. And that one thing right there can keep your momentum flowing, not get derailed off of a false reality or a trigger rather than a truth. In your pause, that's where wisdom lives. So pause, stop, take a break. That's where your wisdom kicks in. You can think and process. Give yourself that break. So what I want you to do is if you're watching this video, drop in the comments on YouTube or on Facebook, wherever you're watching this. And I want you to answer this question. What momentum did I get disrupted this week? What momentum did I allow to get disrupted this week? What was it that you were working on that caused you to get a little bit off because something happened? Because whatever that is for you, I want you to pick it back up today. Get back at it, even if it's just for a few seconds. Don't allow the momentum to be broken. Okay. Don't allow the momentum to stop. Keep moving forward. So answer that question. What was I working on earlier this week that I had some momentum behind me that got derailed? Pick it back up tonight before you go to bed or whenever you're watching this. I don't care what day it is. Pick it back up because you've had something that gave you pause this week and tried to derail you. I want you to answer this question. What is one emotion that I need to manage better? Hmm. What is one emotion that I need to manage better? I need to manage my frustrations. this is me talking real. I need to make sure that when people do or say things that I don't allow myself to become the victim of their actions towards me. What is it for you? I get frustrated when I feel like I'm under attack. Oh man, I dig in. And that derails me. It throws me off. All right. Oh, no, no, no. We ain't doing that. Right. Next thing you know, I'm completely off, emotionally checked out. This thing, situation plus my reaction equals the outcome. Keep your mindset together. Okay. Keep yourself level set. Now, I want you to lock in this. Say these words, put them in the chat, write them down, make it plain. I am calm. I am centered. I am courageous under pressure. I choose peace. And I want you to say that definitively. And I want you to say that with intention. Peace begins with permission. So give yourself permission to be at peace. Okay. So so how do we continue momentum? How do we continue to move forward? I'm pivoting now into um, this bonus session for you because that was midweek. I'm going to give it to you now as you go into your weekend. But now this is just the bonus piece that I drafted just for today. I want us to think about momentum continuing to move forward. And I want you to recognize this. Momentum doesn't mean you have to go fast. Momentum doesn't mean that everything is all of a sudden moving rapidly and it's all, I got to get this going. I got to get this done. No, 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 no. Momentum is not built by speed, my friend. It is not. And so I don't want you to be confused by that. Okay. Don't sit back and think that in order for things to be happening for you, you've got to be moving at this incredible rate of speed and I just got to be out here making up time and I got to get there. Like we got to hurry up and that's not it at all. So don't confuse speed with momentum because those two have absolutely nothing to do with one another, right? I'll give you an example. Have you seen those have you seen those like those bouncing balls on that pendulum, right? It's like four or five of them in a row and you pull one out and it hits the other ball and all of a sudden the outside went over here and then they just keep rocking back and forth, just hitting. Are they moving fast? No, they're not. They're moving at the pace of the impact of the rate of speed from the other one. And then they get into a rhythm, right? And that momentum of that movement just keep them going. It has absolutely nothing to do with how fast they are moving, but it's about the pressure and the momentum of that pressure. The other piece that is so important. Keeping that same mindset with the four silver balls, right? Hitting the two outside ones, hitting the three in the middle, two or three in the middle. They are aligned together. Those ones in the middle are not moving. The ones on the outside are, but they're aligned. Momentum is not about speed. Momentum is about alignment. I want you to think about that. So as you're trying to gather momentum, are you aligned with what it is that you're trying to do? Are you aligned with the objectives? Are you in sequence? Are you in a state of flow, a mental state of flow, in order to continue rocking back and forth, left to right, left to right? Not fast and necessarily hard, but in alignment. Are you moving in alignment? When your thoughts become aligned with your purpose, the actions that you're trying to do become easy. You notice again that pendulum, and all you got to do is just pick up one and let it go. And as soon as it makes contact, the outside one on the other side, it bounces up. You don't have to touch it again, and it will continue to just move back and forth by itself. It becomes so much easier. When your thoughts align with your purpose, is that easy as a pendulum moving back and forth, left to right. Your future is shaped by what you consistently do in a series of events. It's not about feeling. It's not what you feel from time to time, but it's a series of events, a series of actions that you take, and you consistently do that. So momentum is discipline, consistency, alignment, not speed, not power. Discipline, consistency, and alignment. So here's what I want you to do. As you go into your weekend, I want you to choose one action this weekend that aligns with your purpose. Just one thing. Just choose it. Just make the choice and then take a step out on that action. Do something with the action that you've identified. Here's the affirmation I want you to say for this one as well. My mind is focused. Say that out loud. Write it in the chat. My mind is focused. My spirit is steady. Say it out loud. Write it in the chat. My spirit is steady. My momentum is divine. Write that down. Say it in the chat. So, what I want you to do is, if you have not joined my EM3 Influence Circle, I want you to go to my Facebook page. It's Eddie Mack. And I want you to join. Okay. I want you to go and join the Influence Circle, because this content, we get deep into this stuff. We have great conversations. There's great content out there for you. It's only 99 cents a month, folks. 99 cents a month. That's like 3 cents a day. So go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Eddie Mac III, EM3, right? Eddie Mac III /subscribe. So that's facebook.com/Eddie, EDDIEMACIII/subscribe. And I want you to remember one thing before we take off. The work that you're doing, planting, watering. That's the human aspect of what we have to do. So the work is human, but it's God that gives the increase. So growth is divine. The work is human, growth is divine. This is your call to action. I want you to reach out to someone and have them subscribe to my EM3. I want you to reach out to someone, have them join my YouTube channel. And I want you, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you need to. I need you to do that. So I want you to do that. This has been your EM3 experience. Let each one reach one. I can't reach everybody. I can't. I say it every time, and I'm going to continue to say it every single time. 8 billion people out here. But what I can do is I can influence the world around me, and you guys can go influence everybody else. So each one reach one. Share, like, subscribe to this video on YouTube. Share, like, subscribe on Facebook. I know you'll be blessed real good. This is your bonus coverage, exclusive EM3 experience, Rewired Mindset. I'm your boy, EM3. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support. I love y'all, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll check in with you in the morning, do our wrap up for this week, and start setting the stage for next week. There's a bonus thing coming out. I got a podcast that's getting reset. Season 3, finally, max capacity. Check that out as well. Max capacity. I'm going to be uploading some of the old videos and conversations from seasons 1 and 2 as we get ready to reset. December 7th, it'll be posted right here on Facebook. I can't wait for you to see it. The teaser's already out. We're going to do some incredible things in season 3 on max capacity. It'll be right here on the EM3 Experience channel. So you'll be able to find it here. So make sure that this is the place that you come and subscribe to the EM3 Experience. I appreciate you guys. Love y'all very much. We'll chat soon. Have a phenomenal Friday evening. Be safe out there, and we'll talk soon. Peace and love.